As all of you have committed a breach of faith, the Archbishop will now pass judgment.
Inciting a kingdom noble to rebel. Unlawful entry. The attempted assassination of the Archbishop. An attack on the Holy Mausoleum.
Oh man, that's a lot of, like... I wonder if they will or will not be executed for this.
Yeah, I wonder.
Taking all guesses, chat.
It is unnecessary to go on, followers of the Western Church.
What? We have nothing to do with the Western Church.
You have already been identified. Please spare us your second-rate theater.
Dishonoring a holy ceremony is worthy of death for a member of the Church. You are well past the hope of redemption. If you have any grace remaining, you will willingly offer your life as atonement for this crime.
What if they don't, though? Do they, like, get off scot-free?
Nah, they just murk them.
Alright, unwillingly offered.
No, this isn't what we were told would happen. We've been deceived!
It's no use arguing. Whatever your excuse, the punishment stands.
May your souls find peace as they return to the goddess.
Wait, please! The goddess would never forgive you for our execution!
I don't think any of you know what the goddess wants. The goddess right now probably just wants, like, an ice cream cone from Dairy Queen and to remember her frigging past. Like...
Or a nap.
Yeah.
Monster. We know you've already slaughtered many of our fellow brethren like this.
This concludes the investigation. Please remove these poor lost souls from my sight.
What did you learn from that?
We learned that Rhea does whatever she wants, more or less. Why was Edelgard allowed to watch this, is the real question.
She wants to send a message. That's my assumption for why
That's
Rhea
that, I
let her watch
suppose.
it.
The assassination attempt, the attack on the Holy Mausoleum. It was all the Western Church's doing. That masked knight who led the attack somehow managed to disappear without a trace.
The Church of Seiros clearly isn't as unified as it would hope to appear. It seems the bishop of the Western Church was always opposed to the church being ruled centrally from Garreg Mach. Perhaps they hoped to remove the archbishop in order to completely strip the central church of its authority.
The Central Church.
Oh, that's right. Geralt mentioned that you were raised without any exposure to the church.
Edelgard, have you been talking to my dad behind my back? When have you been hanging out with my dad?
Why are you hanging with my dad?
In order to function more efficiently, the Church of Seiros is split into several smaller entities. The Central Church is the largest, and leads the organization from Garreg Mach.
The Western Church extends from Castle Gaspar, where Lord Lenato rebelled, into the far west. They can be found just beyond the most renowned stronghold of the kingdom, the fortress city of Aryan Road.
It seems the Knights have been tasked with subduing the leaders of the Western Church. We may be given the opportunity to help them with their mission.
To think, our own professor was born in Fódlan, and yet knew nothing of the church.
Yeah, it's, makes no sense if you think about it too hard, Hubert, but, you know, they had to do it for, like, the silent protagonist shtick, so if you could just not point that out, please. We needed an easy way, by we, I mean the game developers, needed an easy way to get to just explain everything to the player.
I never imagined explaining something so basic to an instructor of mine. You're something of a special case, are you not?
Yeah, I thought we
Strange that
established
the
this.
Archbishop would ask someone like that to lead her students. There's clearly more to that decision than we know.
I mean, I kind of am
Guys,
with
I'm in the
Happy
room.
on it. Of like, I'm kind of with Happy on it, where they just were like, oh hey, a warm body to lead the students. Here you go.
Lady Rhea is pretty scary sometimes. But to execute that whole group, just like that? It seems harsh, even for her.
That's
If one of
Rhea.
us does something bad, I wonder what she would do to us.
That's
you.
so Rhea.
Professor, do you agree with the Archbishop's actions?
There you are, Professor. It seems Lady Rhea would like a word with you. Come with me.
Oh man, good thing I didn't answer that question with Seteth right behind me.
Yeah. ended badly.
The Archbishop lives. Not that I had ever placed much faith in those swine from the Western Church.
I have news, both good and bad. The remains of Seiros were not in a tomb. However, something else was. The Sword of the Creator.
Ah, the weapon wielded by that thief, the King of Liberation.
Thief? Huh. At any rate, it is now in the hands of the Academy's new professor. I doubt you will be surprised to hear that the crest stone had already been removed from the sword when it was found.
As expected. It would be foolish to keep both in the same location.
There's more. The professor was able to awaken the sword's true power. Even without the crest stone, the sword glowed red. The professor's crest is compatible. There is no mistaking it.
Absurd. Using a relic without its crest stone should be impossible. The King of Liberation's bloodline should not even...
They must be allowed to keep it, for now. I do not have enough information about the professor to act. As for your request, I assent. The Death Knight is at your command. Use him well.
Good. I believe I will enjoy this a great deal.
That is some really ominous music.
Yep.
Very spooky soundtrack.
I cannot thank you enough for defeating those invaders in the Holy Mausoleum, and especially for protecting the Sword of the Creator. That sword is one of the hero's relics, and the most precious artifact in the Church's possession. It is also a weapon of terrifying power. For now, I will entrust the sword to you. Please, use it wisely.
Lady Rhea, wait. Do you truly mean to give the Sword of the Creator to this stranger? Surely it is not the sort of thing one hands over so readily, even to someone who has the ability to wield it. If someone like Nemesis were to appear again, all of Fódlan would be consumed by war.
They really named this dude Nemesis, by the way.
They're like, yeah, we need to name this guy Nemesis. He's like the big bad evil guy, so we gotta call him. Oh, what are we gonna call him? Nemesis.
Nemesis?
Nemesis, the King of Liberation. He is an ancient king of mankind who was defeated by Seiros over 1,000 years ago.
1,000? How do we even, like, have logs of that? That's insane. Like, in this setting? How much do we know about this game's story? This is Jet's first time, so don't put any explicit spoilers in chat. I've beaten, like, 3 different routes.
When Fódlan was attacked by wicked gods, it is said that the goddess gifted Nemesis with the Sword of the Creator. Nemesis used that sword to defeat the wicked gods, saving all of Fódlan. Henceforth, he was dubbed the King of Liberation. However, his power began to corrupt him until he himself turned to the darkness. Saint Seiros was forced to destroy him. Lady Rhea, I beg you to reconsider. Given a little more time, we could more accurately assess this stranger's abilities.
No. I have faith, Seteth. Faith that our friend here will not be corrupted by wickedness.
Man, you're stupid.
Since the death of Nemesis, none have been able to wield the Sword of the Creator. Now, after all those long years of being sealed away, it has returned and found a new master.
I understand. As you wish, Lady Rhea. There you have it, Professor. See that you do not betray the trust the Archbishop has seen fit to bestow upon you.
The Sword of the Creator? The King of Liberation? Each tale is more confusing than the last.
I forgot how many cutscenes were in between Chapter 4 and 5.
Right.
And I really can't read that Rhea at all.
Well, yeah, she's not a book.
That sword is clearly precious. So why is she so keen to gift the thing to you?
Desperation.
Yep.
The sword chose me. It has a will of its own. It's gonna talk to me like that sword from Sonic in the Black Knight Chronicles.
That was... you combined 2 different Sonic games.
I feel as though we have become entangled in a mystery. And there is one more thing that has been plaguing me. The sword of the Creator. It somehow feels distinct from other relics we have seen. Such as the one that... Oh goodness, what was her name?
Yeah, she's a cat.
Catherine?
Yes, her. The sword of the Creator is different from her Thunderbrand in one key way. It bears a hole, where something should have been, but is no more. I despise not knowing what is going on. It frightens me. And yet, I place my trust in you. I must.
Yeah, you don't really have a choice. Like, you're a ghost living in my head. It's not really a matter of, like, trusting me or not. It's literally your only option.
Yeah, you don't got a choice in the matter. We're kind of we're doing the thing.
Please swear to cut a path that is your own.
Yeah, let me make this clear. We are trusting each other. There's no other option.
Yeah. Have you ever played Sonic Chronicles?
What, the one where they're like Shadow as Lancelot or whatever?
No, that's Sonic and the Black Knight. Sonic Chronicles was an RPG DS game.
I've never heard of Sonic Chronicles in my life.
Verdant rain moon.
You just combine the two.
Tower of...
It's not called Sonic and the Black Knight Chronicles?
No, it is just called Sonic and the Black Knight.
I don't know about that.
The ceaseless rains
I will legit grab the game case upstairs.
I have the game case right over there on my with all my Wii games. It's in my room.
This abundance of rain, sparkling as it falls against beams of emerging sunlight, is a constant reminder to the people of Fódlan that nature is ever wild and unpredictable. For when the rain finally does take pause, the clouds part and give way to a glorious rainbow.
Sorry for talking over you, Dad. My bad.
We're sorry.
Linked attacks. There are attacks that are linked. That's a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon mechanic.
That is.
Good game. The first two.
Good game.
All the others sucked.
More.
Well, be careful what you ask for. The third and fourth ones sucked.
The third one was, the fourth one was a little bit tough in the beginning.
The fourth one was better than the third one. The third one was trash.
I have a new mission for you, Professor.
Can you guys stop talking to me? Leave me alone.
I would like for you to take your students into Kingdom territory to eliminate some thieves.
What?
Why is
What
the
map
Kingdom
is this?
just doing with that?
The Kingdom, they're awful at their jobs.
They stole a hero's relic from House
it's this.
Gautier of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus, the Lance of Ruin.
Oh, this
Their
thing.
leader's name is Miklan. He is apparently a disowned son of House Gautier.
Ah, fun.
Yeah, he's, Sylvain's older brother.
Ah.
Why was he disowned?
I believe it had something to do with his lack of a crest. Such happenings are fairly common within the kingdom.
The Crestless cannot unleash the goddess's power even if they possess a relic. Nonetheless, they are still capable of simply wielding those weapons.
The hero's relics are immensely powerful weapons. We must meet this threat with adequate force. Unfortunately, most of the Knights of Seiros are away from the monastery, purging the apostates of the Western Church. So we are entrusting you with this mission. After all, you wield the Sword of the Creator, which is more than capable of opposing any relic.
The Sword of the Creator is a powerful weapon well beyond the other relics. You have nothing to fear. However,
I feel like
to ensure that no harm comes to the students, we will also send the monastery's most skilled individuals to aid you.
What?
I feel like we'll have nothing to fear based off of the fact that we're skilled rather than just relying on the sword.
It's a really cool sword, though.
It is, I mean, it's a cool sword, but, like, that's not the only reason.
Yeah, we're playing on hard and classic, chat, for difficulty.
Yep.
I must remind you that you are expected to conduct yourself in a manner befitting the wielder of that holy sword.
So I shouldn't have used it to cut the cake at the party last night. Awkward. I think Ferdinand took pictures. Ooh, I'm gonna have to, like, talk to him about that.
Also, you should know that Professor Hanneman has been looking
No!
for you. That is all.
I don't want to have to talk to Hanneman.
Professor, I heard about our mission for this month.
Edelgard, I love you, but this is my 8th cutscene in a row. Please, I'm dying.
A thief with a hero's relic is worrisome, but with you at our side, I'm certain we can handle him. After all, you have the Sword of the Creator. It was allegedly wielded by Nemesis, the King of Liberation. If the legends are true, you hold the power to stand against entire armies. A band of thieves should be nothing. Even the most elite Imperial forces or the Knights of Seiros could not hope to defeat you.
Why does that matter?
Why does that matter?
I'm just marveling at the potential. Besides, your power does not lie solely in the Sword of the Creator.
Thank you!
You are stronger and more terrifying than you realize.
Very scary.
Yep, very scary. More
Professor,
scary than ghosts.
When we leave the monastery, will you still think of yourself as my teacher?
There is no if we left the monastery. Like, Edelgard is, like, going to graduate and become Empress. She is at least leaving.
So I'd say, what do you mean?
Never mind. I'm being thoughtless with my words. For now, let's just focus on the problem at hand.
Chat, they said, no, but can I think of you as my
Good
wife?
of you to come, Professor.
Now, Hanuman!
I've heard much about you lately.
Aw!
Specifically, that you are able to awaken the Sword of the Creator's power. Thusly, it seems the true nature of your crest has been uncovered. I had, of course, seen your crest before. However, at first, I failed to recognize its true nature. Eventually, it dawned on me that what is visible is perhaps merely a small part of a greater whole. In other words, your crest is too significant to be detected when using normal instruments.
Legitimately built different, that's me.
Yep,
After
truly
this
built different.
discovery, I began researching crests that might fit that description, which allowed for a temporary hypothesis. However, I could not be certain. The crest my conclusions led me to was far too unusual. A crest thought to have disappeared from this world in the millennium since the fall of Nemesis, the King of Liberation. The crest of flames. That is what you possess.
The crest of flames.
Your ability to wield the Sword of the Creator has unequivocally proven my hypothesis. A legendary power, dormant since time immemorial and now resurrected. There can be no doubt that this ancient power resides within you.
Yeah, okay, whatever. A birthday?
Chapping.
Oh,
like,
we
Fire
get
Emblem
Edelgard. I was
birthday.
just thinking to myself, like, have we had Edelgard's C rank yet? Here we go.
Hey! Let's go.
Save.
Is it a ghost? Who could that be?
A ghost, perhaps? No, that is surely not the case. What is
Delta,
that
shut
look
up.
upon your face? I am no ghost, if that is what was on your mind.
No. Who's there? Professor, what are you doing here?
You were clearly just having a nightmare. You were fully dressed like this while having a nightmare? You go to sleep like that?
Checks out. She probably was studying. And fell asleep.
I heard something.
Oh? Perhaps I was talking in my sleep.
Bad dreams?
So you heard me then. Yes, it was a nightmare. I've had them since I was a child. Stupid, pointless dreams I can't control. It's terribly frustrating.
Anything I can help with?
Yeah.
No, they're just worthless dreams of the past. Talking about it won't change a thing.
Jet?
You can trust me with anything.
I had a feeling you'd say that. I suppose I could try. But only if you swear not to tell a soul.
I literally don't
Absolutely.
talk in this game. I have like maybe 6 lines in the entire game. You don't gotta worry.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I dream of my older brother, paralyzed, helpless. My older sister crying for help that never came. The youngest babbling words beyond meaning. I see my family dying slowly, waiting in the darkest depths for a glimmer of light. I once had 10 siblings, 8 older and 2 younger. Such a large family, and yet I became the heir to the throne. Do you know why? Every last one of them was crippled by disease, or lost their mind, or died. I was the only one left who could inherit the throne.
Jet?
My brain wants to go, how could such a thing happen, but I don't know, that's so awful.
Things kept getting worse. The darkness kept getting darker. In the end, I was the only one who survived. The nightmares are a reminder to never forget, to never allow such terrible things to happen again. Even now, I'm the only one who can carry the weight of the Adrestian Empire. The future of the Empire, of everything, depends on me. I shared more than I intended to. I suppose there's something in the air tonight. I've never told anyone about my past before. Please, forget I said anything. Sleep well, my teacher.